Make the ground shake.
What's going on, guys? DF Lionheart here. I'm glad you guys stopped by to watch this video. This is part 2. If you haven't already, there is one on construction boost as well. So yeah, I get people asking me what's the best gear, what's the best heroes, blah blah blah, blah that you can use for both construction speed and research speed. So I thought I'd do 2 single videos, one for construction, one for research. So I thought I'd show you guys the best that you can get out of your money if you are paid to play, or if you are free to play, what you can actually get to get the maximum out of your account. So let's just dive straight into it. So we'll start off with pay to play. Pay to play helm, you've got the Wormbone Coronet, which gives a boost of 10%, but it requires 6 of the worm orbs. They are pretty hard to come by. Then you've got the Terror Shield, which requires 9 of the Terror Seeds and gives a research speed of 8%. But for what it's worth, it isn't worth that much money just for the additional 1%. So I'd go for the Cavalry Mail personally, which requires fuck all. Then you've got the Griffin Walkers, which require 3 cores and give a research speed of 17.5%. And then if you move on, we've got the Electric Lance, which requires obviously the Lightning Vial and gives it a research speed of 10%. But there is also a second one that gives more, which is the Champion's Edge, but it requires 8 mains. Now this is a lot of money and not worth it, so I'd stick with the Electric Lance. Then you've got the Vice Grips, which require just normal materials, nothing special there. Then you've got the Lunar Flute, so you've got normal materials here and a research speed of 26%. Now you can have 3 of these, so 3 times 26, what's that? That's 78%, which is pretty amazing. Then if we move on to the heroes, we have the Vengeful Centaur, which gives an additional research boost of 25%, which is pretty good, to be honest. And then you've got the Witch Doll, which again gives 25%. Again, it costs quite a bit though if you want to max all these up. So you've got Prince of Thieves, which gives an additional 25% as well. And then afterwards you've got Femme Fatale. Femme Fatale gives an additional 25%. It's a lot of 25% straight away. We're only on our 4th hero, guys. And then you've got Petite Devil, which gives another 25%. And then if we scroll up, we have Trickstar, which is a free-to-play hero. Again, gives 25%. Now there is one more, which is my favorite hero, I must say. It is Dark Follower, which gives an additional 25% as well. So that's a lot of heroes just for the research boost, which is quite amazing, to be honest. Then if you move into talents, you've got Research 1, which gives 10 points for 40% boost. And there is a second one of these. So if we scroll down, you've got Research Boost 2 for 20 points. You can have 65% in total, giving you 105%. Again, like the construction speed. This is 105% boost just for research, just for your talents. And then you've got obviously the boosts. So you've got the research boost of 10%, and then you've got the research boost of 20%, which is brilliant. So in total, guys, that's a research boost of 428.5%. That is orgasmic, especially if you are training to learn T4. Okay, so let's move on to the free-to-play gear. So for the helm, you have nothing. Absolutely sweet FA. For the chest, you have the Cavalry Mail, which requires just normal materials, which gives a boost of 7%, which really is all you can get, to be honest. For boots, you have nothing. For weapon, you have nothing. For offhand, you have Vice Grips, which requires just normal materials. It's better than nothing, which, to be honest, are pretty easy to make. And then finally, you have the Lunar Flute times 3, which gives 78% boost if you have 3 of them, 26 per 1. So there's not much in terms of free-to-play gear. So if you look at the talents here, you have research boost again, which is an additional 40% for 10 points. Scroll further down, and we have research boost 2, which for 20 points gives an additional 65%. So that's total 105% just there. Now for heroes, you only have one hero. Now if you are training T4, this is the hero, the first gold hero that you want. You want to be training this guy up to gold straight off the bat, because it will benefit your account by miles. So yeah, and then you have the boost, which is 10% or 20%. So in total, if you are free to play, you can increase your account's research speed by 240%. Now I know that's a massive dip on the pay to play, but you've got to think about it. There's a lot of heroes for pay to play, and that is what makes the difference.
Make the ground shake.